In the 50 years of hip-hop's existence, murder has been the case way too many times. Tupac Shakur, the Notorious B.I.G, Jam Master Jay, XXXTentacion, Pop Smoke, Nipsey Hussle, King Von. The list of hip-hop stars who have been killed is long, too long, and for many years, their killers weren't caught. The cases of Biggie, Tupac, and JMJ went unsolved for decades, causing many people to believe the theory that rap murders just didn't get solved. Hip-hop's stale relationship and distrust of the police was evident early on. NWA's classic 1988 record Fuck the Police was a seminal moment in rap music, as it was the soundtrack for a black youth movement of rebellion against authorities. 2 years later, Public Enemy's 911 is a Joke, a referendum on the slow response times from emergency services in black communities, shared a similar, less vitriolic sentiment that has carried on to this day. That distrust in the police continued when rapper Slayings went unsolved and left families and fans with more questions than answers. Consider this. Scott LaRock's 1987 killing, which is seen as hip-hop's first homicide, remains unsolved. For 37 years, no killer has been caught. Unfortunately, there were more that went unsolved after that. Rex and Effects' B-Dogs in 1990, Pimp Daddy in 1994, Stretch in 1995, Seagram in 1996, the Notorious B.I.G. in 1997, Fat Pat in 1998, Soulja Slim in 2003, Mac Dre in 2004, Stack Bundles in 2007, and plenty more. These mid to high profile cold cases have yet to be solved. Yet in recent years, there's been a big shift as more recent rap murders are seeing people being caught and convicted. After XXXTentacion was shot and killed outside a motorsports shop in Florida in 2018, the 4 suspects responsible for his robbery murder, Michael Boatwright, Trayvon Newsom, Dedrick Williams, and Robert Allen, were arrested within 2 months of the shooting. 5 years after being picked up for the horrendous crime, all 4 men were found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. Nipsey Hussle was murdered outside his clothing store, The Marathon Clothing, in Los Angeles in 2019, and his killer was arrested days later. In 2022, a jury found Eric Holder guilty of first-degree murder for shooting Nipsey. Holder was sentenced a year later to 60 years to life in prison. Pop Smoke's 2020 killing in Los Angeles was solved when Corey Walker, Keandre Rogers, and 2 juveniles aged 17 and 15 were arrested and charged 5 months after the Brooklyn rapper's death. Last April, the 17-year-old at the time of the murder was sentenced to 4 years and 2 months in a juvenile facility. In May, the 15-year-old at the time of the crime settled his case at an undisclosed time. Walker's trial was set to begin this month, but is not started yet. The current status of Rogers' case is unclear. The 2022 shooting death of PnB Rock resulted in arrests shortly afterward. 2 men, Freddie Trone and Tremont Jones, were charged in the robbery and the murder of the rapper despite neither men being the shooter. Trone is the father of the 17-year-old shooter, who was deemed mentally unfit to stand trial and is currently in custody of the juvenile system. This past August, Trone and Jones were found guilty of their crimes. Young Dolph's alleged killers are awaiting trial for his 2021 murder. The man who police say shot and killed Takeoff in 2022 was arrested and waiting for his day in court. Even the nearly 30-year-old murder case of rap icon Tupac Shakur gained new legs in 2023 with the arrest of Dwayne "Keefe D. Davis, who appears to be the only living suspect in the case. He is awaiting trial. Foolio's murder this past June was wrapped up following a month-long investigation. Authorities in Florida charged 5 people with the Jacksonville rapper's violent killing. All this while, according to a report published by NPR in 2023, U.S. unsolved murder rates are at a record high. So what's contributing to the high rate of solved cases? For one, technology. Along with surveillance cameras being the norm these days, in addition to doorbell cam footage, everyone has a camera in their pocket, making it harder to commit crimes and get away with it. Police have stepped up their game too, with recent advances in investigative measures also helping to solve crimes that once went unresolved due to lack of evidence. And simply, criminals don't seem to be getting any smarter. In fact, they're getting more brave. Some rapper deaths have been solved via social media due to the sheer stupidity of the criminals sharing too much info on their accounts or bragging. The 4 men found guilty of killing XXX brazenly posted evidence on Instagram that was used to convict them. Keefe D has been providing evidence that he was involved in Pac slaying to anyone willing to put a mic in his face for years. One of Fulio's alleged killers also reportedly sprinkled breadcrumbs on social media that police were able to gather along with physical and video confirmation. There are still some recent rapper killings that have yet to be solved, including Draco the Ruler, Jada Youngin, and others. But more often than not these days, the killers are facing the rap. Visit the XXL store to buy merch, hit subscribe to see more videos from XXL.